KTV. This week we're focusing on tips to give you the upper hand in NBA 2K22. And if you're going for Legend, this first segment is for you.
We've been out in the neighborhood checking out all of you making your way to Legend, and last week when Season 4 began, we caught up with King Jordan 2K, who gave his thoughts about Season 4 Hunt for Glory, and some tips to help you fast track your way to level 40. Check it out.
We have the man, the myth, and the soon-to-be legend, King Jordan 2K. I'm in the studio. We've got Chris at home. Welcome to the show, King Jordan.
Hey, I'm so happy to be here. I even got the 2K logo TV in my hair. So
that is amazing. That's a first on 2K.
And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparations for the challenge ahead. Hoping to come out of the gates strong. And that's Coit Tower, perched high atop Telegraph Hill here in San Francisco. We're just about set for action. Good Friday night to you sports fans. You've come to the right place. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony as well as Brett Barry. And we'll be catching up a bit from the sideline with David Aldridge. Hey, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. The Warriors are trying to fight their way back to the mountaintop. Draymond Green says we were the hunted for 5 years, and now we're hunting again. That's always a fun position to be in, going after everybody else. I love hunting. That's fun. Guys, back to you.
And I love David how he is always hungry for wins and competition. Thank you. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Little out there at Nance. Then there's Norman Powell. Then there's Jusuf Nurkic, and it's Simons in at the point guard. And for the Warriors, MP is out there with Red Hot. Then it's Ball. Then it's Dean, and it's Fresh in at the one. And Greg, with over a decade you had in the NBA, is there an opening night that you remember most?
Man, that very first time putting on that Knicks jersey. The game was in Orlando. I played 28 minutes, which was a lot for a rookie back then, and I'll never forget that night.
And it's the Warriors to start out. MP outside. Pass to Fresh. Floats one. Rebound by Nurkic. And Portland with the ball. Here's Little. Passes it to Nurkic. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
280 pounds. I think Nurkic is well within his means to score past contact.
Here's Fresh. Cans the 12-footer.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
Yeah, he's got to be a little bit more on their radar after knocking down something like that.
Now, here's Nurkic. His last outing, he had 18 points. Just 5 to shoot. Foul for 3. Ball with the rebound.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good. Flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Here's Simons. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. The 11-footer off the left rim and out. Warriors have gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. D passes to Red Hot. Now here's Fresh. It's tipped, and they get it back. Yep, that one goes in there. Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. Nurkic in the post. He's covered by Ball. Nurkic can't hit.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that.
And the 3-ball is good.
Oh, this is the start they were hoping for.
We're having trouble stopping this run.
And the more trips they continue to come up empty, the more the pressure builds on them.
Ball with the rebound. Ball's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. struggles for Yusuf Nurkic the last few seasons, Brett. My goodness. Freak injuries, too. Just bad luck.
I feel like we've said that about the Blazers for about 30 years. And for Nurkic especially, just the broken leg, broken wrist. And, when he was in the lineup last year, Kevin, they were one of the best defensive starting fives in the game. With him being out, they suffered. Let's hope he has good health for the rest of his career.
And doesn't like how things are going right now.
A timeout before the timeout here, maybe just to cut off the momentum and have a chit-chat with the team to settle down.
And Fernie Simons. Now here's Zeller. We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Smith against Ball. Trying to get something going. And Ball with the block. Robinson trying to break free. Shot by Zeller, no good. Warriors leading by 9. Here's Red Hot. The pass to deep. Fresh with the ball. It's up a 3. Rebound by Smith. 1:25 left in the first quarter of the game. Driving in. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Fresh, the pass to MP. Scoring his third straight basket in 3 tries.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Like tonight, that all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
Trying to snap them out of this little slump.
Well, they can't find the net right now, and all they need, I think, is just to get one to go, get back on track.
Look who's coming out on the court. Get up on your feet and welcome your Warriors.
McLemore's checked in for the Trailblazers.
And let's look at some numbers for Dennis Smith. How he did last season. Averaged 6 points per game, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. We know that he can come up with the occasional big play, but his overall numbers haven't been impressive.
There is a bit of a feeling they're all looking to him to step up, and they know he's capable of doing it right now, just not getting it done.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
And but look at the basket guy still shaking. Here's Red Hot, and he goes big with the top, right over Cody Zeller.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
Well, how good have they been on the inside tonight, just getting down into the painted area and just dominating, controlling that spot.
Nice angle on that replay with the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And it's Captain Clutch with the foul.
That's his first personal
That is his first foul of the game.
team foul.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
And that was the great replay we just saw of our Mobile One block.
And an early swat like that can really set the tone. Now the shooters will be feeling his presence.
.35 seconds left to play here in the first. Pocket 6. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Number 4. That's his
And
first
their
personal
post play
foul.
has been really solid right off the bat.
Portland shooting their first free throw of the night.
And one of the highlights last last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for ball. And that one falls for Zeller. 26 seconds left to play in the first. Now here's Fresh. He has 5. 5 on the clock. Golden State needs to get off a shot. D. There's 3 pointers off the mark. And so it's the Golden State Warriors holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. Their defense has been terrific in this game. We've got more in store for you right after this. Just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game, stats-wise?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
I couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. Setting the floor for the Warriors. They've got Fresh. Red Hat is out there with Iguodala. And there's Klay Thompson. And it's MP in at the 5 down low. Here's Fresh. The Blazers getting the bucket. There's Red Hot. Shoots off the step back. That one's no good. That makes him 1 for 2.
And the defensive versatility of Robert Covington is a real asset. At 6'7" with long arms, this guy can guard almost every position on the floor.
Yeah, that switchability is such a valuable thing in today's game. And for Covington, he's one of those interesting guys that maybe not so much on the ball as off the ball, the disruption that he can give you defensively with that length in his hands. That's where he really is a tremendous help defender.
Fresh can't get it to go.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
Now here's McLemore. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Here's Smith. Unable to get that one. Good defense by MP. Pass to Thompson. Iguodala outside. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
That's his first personal foul.
Robert Covington picks one up.
Using his height perfectly on the inside. Iguodala making the D get physical with his play.
And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Warriors.
Super 2, fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
Another part of the game tonight where they've been effective is to get points in the paint.
That free throw, no good. And Brent, some interesting family history here. Your dad, Rick, brother John, and you all ended your careers playing for the Houston Rockets.
The next time, Kevin, that you and I are broadcasting a game in Houston, I'll walk you across the street to the Berry Cemetery, and we'll take a look at the headstone.
And Portland making a change here. Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Cody Zeller. Nance comes in for Robert Covington. Little. He's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Dennis Smith. Here's Nurkic. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Last time these two teams came together was also in this building. They're able to win for the home fans.
Really ratcheted up the pressure in their last matchup, getting steals and just creating havoc defensively.
The turnover margin was well within their favor, and you have to point to that ferocious D they played as the biggest factor in that win.
They grabbed their own miss. Pass to Simons. And the ball out of play. The Warriors will inbound.
Basketball.
Ball came in for the Warriors. D comes in for Randall. Warriors leading by 7. Pass it to D. Thompson surveying the floor. Inside, D. That one doesn't go. Now Portland takes it the other way. They can look forward to the Rockets Arena after this matchup to take on Houston. And that game will be game 2 of 5 out on the road. Here's Nurkic. Good on the shot. Nurkic has got his second bucket of the night.
Nurkic using his body that time, a polished move.
We've got 1:48 left to play in the first half. And again, no good by Golden State. Here's Simons. 23 points for him the last game against Dallas.
As passing another high point in that game, he made sure it wasn't all about him. He wanted to get his teammates involved.
That's good, and the Warrior lead is cut down now to just 3 in the bucket from Nance.
Bayhart just killing them on the interior.
Fresh, the pass to the ball. Here's Fresh. So the wing on the left. Here's D. And it falls over the rim and in.
He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
And the pass to Nurkic. Stolen by Ball. D. Guarded by McLemore. Here's Fresh. It's good from long range. That's an 8-point Warrior lead.
Gotta try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot. That's one of the best three-point shooters in the league.
Simons, the pass to Nance. Excellent D there from Ball. Here's MP. And MP throws it down hard.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. D passes to Fresh. Just 3 on the clock. He takes it up and leaves it in. Fresh has got 7 now in this quarter.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
And he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Steve. A good rhythm for you in the first half. What do you like most about how your team's competing?
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. We've reached halftime. Golden State had no problems getting going, showing tremendous urgency and a ton of energy. They got out on a masterful 13-2 run to start out. When the clock ran out in the first quarter, they were up by 8. At the end of the second quarter, they relentlessly attacked the defense to close out the half on a 12-4 run. Hey, big fella, what's your take on Golden State so far?
They're running the offense beautifully this one. Looking for good looks. The confidence looks sky high. It's going to be hard for that defense to disrupt everything.
Kenny, let's get your insight on Portland.
Hey, Ernie, it's not hard to see why they're down at this point. They're not even shooting 35% from the field. They've got to come up with some new wrinkles. If they could...
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
Second half upon us. We'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. It's been a clinic out there by Fresh.
Yeah, the passing he brings to the table on full display through the first 2 quarters.
Doing a great job of just setting guys up and demonstrating just how important ball movement can be.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Trailblazers trailed by 12. Here's who Chauncey Billups will start the second half with. Hands out there with Nurkic. Then it's Little. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Simons in at the point guard position. And Simons has got the ball here for Portland. Takes it inside and foul on the shot. So he'll get a chance at the line.
Second personal foul.
Clearly a foul.
It's his first trip to the line.
Shooting for Portland, Anthony Simons, taking 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And he makes both free throws.
And you can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
And here's Fresh. He's got 12. No good. Nance with some nice D. Now Powell from downtown. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Bulls got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done.
You talk about things at halftime, and then you come out and you go 0 for 3. I'm sure that wasn't up on the board.
With it. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. 6 to shoot. That's a 2 from Simons. And it's MP with the rebound. Warriors leading by 10. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Klay Thompson has lost 2 prime years to a torn ACL and then a ruptured Achilles. He says so many athletes have been through this. It's just a new set of challenges. With my style of play, I feel I can be effective till my late 30s. I plan on being the all-NBA player I was and won't settle for anything less. Guys, that will be a great comfort to his team.
Indeed, and who's going to doubt it? I love his attitude. Undaunted. David, thank you. Little. Portland again missing. The Warriors have gone 0-4 from the field in the second half. Yet to find the mark. MP passes to Fresh. Great D that time from Powell. Trailblazers trail by 10. Here's Little. Off the mark and a chance to trim it to single digits. D passes to Redhawk. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Portland's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Here's Simons. He's covered by Fresh. Nance, no good. Warriors leading by 10. Some nice passing by Golden State.
2 minutes.
D passes to MP. It's good. MP's got 2.
And finally, someone scores.
Yeah, the buckets have been few and far between, and neither team able to get into any sort of offensive rhythm.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
Trying to snap them out of this little slump.
Well, they can't find the net right now, and all they need, I think, is just to get one to go, get back on track.
He's checked in for the Warriors. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cody Zeller's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Robert Covington comes in for Larry Nance. McLemore's checked in for Little. And Smith subbed in for Anfernee Simons. Powell, the pass to Zeller. That one doesn't drop. Excellent D there from Ball. Pass to D. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Here's Ball. And the shot is good. Ball's got the lead up to 14 now for the Warriors.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Powell finds Smith. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
This is third personal foul.
Dennis Smith Jr., one of the youngest players to ever have a triple-double in the league, and it speaks to his natural talent. Now, just looking for consistency.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw drop for Smith. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Simons is checked in. Good on both. Warriors leading by 12. Fresh, the pass to Red. Fresh with the ball. He's against Smith. Fresh can't get it to go.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Back to Smith. Here's Simon. And that misses everything.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
Yeah, he's got to knock that down if you give it to him. Uncompetitive there defensively.
The defense also looking defeated. The lack of hustle is driving the coaching staff a little bit batty right now.
Here's Powell. Can't get it to fall. And so it's the Golden State Warriors with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. Back to the action after this word. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. It was beautiful basketball.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. So with Wiggins sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. They've got Red Hot, T out there with Fresh. Then it's MP, and it's Ball in the center position.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another. Now, that play never gets old. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
Here's T, and B trying to free himself up. Uses the glass to finish the lane.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
Smith right side. Zeller trying to free himself up, and no good. And here's MP. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. D passes to Red. Now here's Fresh, covered by Smith. Fresh can't get it to go. And for the Trailblazers, they're shooting a disastrous 25% from the field so far. Smith, the pass to Zeller. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time.
It's an easy shot provided by Dennis Smith Jr.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
All right, fans, get on your feet, make some noise for the free t-shirt. Ladies and gentlemen, your Warriors dance team.
For the Trailblazers, Nurkic checked in for Zeller. Chance comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Little in for Dennis Smith. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Steve Kerr talked to his team during the break. His demeanor was not one of the coach's team was well ahead. He said this is the time to turn up the heat, make one final push, and try to close out strong. See if they were listening, guys.
Thanks, David. And stolen by MP. Here we go, all alone. Oh! And an incredible double clutch dunk. Wow!
That's an old-fashioned rim wrap.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. His shot was hindered by that momentous mobile one block.
And this is how you protect and grow a lead, by making a huge effort on that end of the floor.
Number 30. That's his first personal foul, first team foul.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
I thought maybe they'd cool off a bit at halftime, but they've continued to bury the jump shot.
Another thing they've done well tonight is to share the basketball. So many of their buckets have just been off crisp offensive sets, setting up their shooters.
And he knocks down the first one. There with so many entertainment options these days, Brent, the NBA not shy innovating to attract and retain viewers. Where do you sit with that? Keep it the same or be creative?
Well, I think the league does a great job of being creative, and I think that Adam Silver does a really good job of not just being a leader, but being a listener. And there's tremendous participation between the Players Association and the commissioner and the ownership group to continue to press the way that the game is played, try to innovate in the way that the game is broadcast, and it'll continue to do those sort of things to draw in the fans that love this game and are invited to that kind of competition.
Powell, the pass to Little. Here's Simons. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Here's the three. The Warriors pull it in. Ball's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. It's to MP. And they double up MP. D passes to MP. A shot, no good. Nance with some nice D. Poked away. Now here's Little. He's covered by Fresh. Now here's Little. The dish to Powell. 5 to shoot. Here's Nance. And the layup falls.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Warriors.
When you consider the difference in their field goal percentages, the team has to be happy that this wasn't a bigger loss. This team was on fire.
Yeah, Kevin, it's always frustrating when you can't throw a rock on the ground and the other guys just can't seem to miss.
And it will go down as their first official win of the new year.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was.
Fresh.
He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. There's 49 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Payton. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Here's Snell. Pass to Blevins. And here is Zeller. Dishes to Brown. In the corner, Snell with it. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Ellaby misses. Now, Green. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And that'll do it, folks. For Brett Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. So long, everyone.